Many of us have a favorite meal that holds a special place in our heart. And imagine that meal being taken away from you in an instant. That is what happened to me when I moved from Hawaii to Louisiana. The reason why we are all gathered here today is so I can give you an idea about the significance of the Hawaiian plate lunch in my life. And by moving away from Hawaii, this meal had a death in my life. Hawaii has a very unique type of food variety that is hard to find in many parts of the world. Thus, going to Louisiana, I have suffered a type of death to me in my life. From my first luau to comforting me through my sorrows, this food has always been there for me. In this eulogy for the plate lunch, I will talk about what makes up the Hawaiian foodways, why this type of Hawaiian cuisine means so much to me, and the significance of the death of the plate lunch in my life. So first off, Hawaii has a range of different races there because of the early plantation days. According to the 2010 U.S. Census, the racial makeup is 29% Caucasian, 38% Asian, 10% Native Hawaiian, and 22% reporting two or more races. Some of these races include Portuguese, Japanese, Chinese, Filipino, Korean, and Puerto Rican. With all these different races, they all brought their own style of food to work. In an interview in the New York Times about the plate lunch, Hawaiian food critic Kau'i Philbot said about the different lunches that the plantation workers would eat. Quote, "They didn't eat sandwiches. It was leftover rice and a lot of things like canned meat, teriyaki, or cold meat, or maybe scrambled eggs or pickles, and almost no salad or vegetable." End quote. These plantation workers didn't have a lot of money, so this was a cheap way for them to eat. Also, they would share their unique style of food with one another. Thus, this was the birth of my favorite meal, the plate lunch. After the plantation days ended in the 1960s, this style of plate lunch grew into a commercial meal, finding its way onto local restaurant menus in Hawaii. This meal has a certain type of significance in the culture and way of life in Hawaii. In Hawaii, it's always about bringing friends and family together to celebrate anything. And at these celebrations, you can most certainly find this type of food there. Also, in today's world, it's a fast and easy way to eat. It is mostly consumed after a long day at the beach or during a lunch break. These meals are reasonably priced, which is hard to find in today's world. According to the menu from L&L Drive-In, which is the place to go if you want a plate lunch in the island, it runs about $7.95. Plate lunches are also known for their large portions of food and great taste. Now, why does this meal mean so much to me? Matthew Gray, a food tour guide, stated this about the plate lunch. The cultural significance of the plate lunch is that it illustrates Hawaii as a special place where all of our mixed cultures share foods with one another. It has held a special place in my heart since I can remember. This is my comfort food, and no matter what mood I am in, it can make me happy. It has always been there for me. I always knew I could get a quality meal and get filled up from a plate lunch. Also, I have many memories associated with the plate lunch. Whether it was eating a plate lunch with my parents after school, with my friends after the beach, or with my teammates after a game, it was there. This meal is very popular with the locals, so I knew I had to like it at a young age so I wouldn't feel left out. This meal is very simple, but it will definitely get the job done. It has a variety of choices. You can get 2 scoops of rice, 1 scoop of macaroni salad, and you get a choice of meat, such as kalbi ribs, chicken katsu, teri chicken, or soyu chicken. Now to the significance of the death of the plate lunch in my life. Author Patricia Harris stated in her book, Meaning of Food, "No matter who we are or where we are in our life revolves around food. Much more than simple sustenance, food is a part of our culture and our traditions. Life has indeed been tough without the plate lunch for me. It was one of my favorite meals to eat. Being a picky eater, I don't have too many favorite meals. Also, I don't have that go-to meal anymore that I had in a plate lunch. It is tough to find alternatives like this meal in Louisiana, and nothing will ever replace this meal in my life. I've tried coping with this loss, but I have failed. I've attempted cooking it on my own, but it just isn't the same. I've even gone to the extent to trying a Hawaiian-style restaurant here in Baton Rouge, but it just didn't taste the same. To the most important part is how I plan to carry on the memory of the plate lunch in my life. I will try to cook it more often now, even if it doesn't have the high quality taste I am used to. It will have to do. I'm going to have my mom send ingredients that are only found in Hawaii to help me make these meals. Also, when I have a family of my own, I will definitely share the stories and food of Hawaii with them. And I want you guys to seek out this life-changing food and try it out. It could change your life like it changed mine.